it with again? It was actually with Mo, with Clown, that team that
Frost
they had
Gang.
at the. I'm sorry.
Frost.
Yeah, Frost. When he played at ESC LAN, that guy was actually on fire, and I've kept an eye on him for a while since. I know people have been shunning on him a bit in his Cloud9 days slash Complexity days, but he's, I guess, with a little bit less pressure that he has now, he's more comfortable going back into his op scene with this current team. But
Right.
individual performance doesn't really tell the tale for a whole team. You actually have to win as a team to be able to make it to these CEVO finals, and they have yet to put actually a point in terms of wins in the CEVO Pro League.
As we are into the pistol round here already, as Conquest has taken into the A bomb site here, we have Rush already going down, so CQ is going to be a man down, but it looks like they are going to be able to at least fit in the bomb plant. But EnemyGG going to set up to see if they can't get this retake going with the advantage that they have, as Uber has already pressed into the site here, and we'll see if they can get it done.
Yeah, keep going, Dust. Sorry.
That's all good here as we just keep seeing Conquest getting the better end of the deal so far. The bomb's planted for them as well in A main, and Nap just keeps stepping out and stopping them from being able to get onto this bomb. It's Uber all alone now in a 1v2, and he'll get caught by Nap as well. So Nap with 3 really key frags there at the end of the round to prevent Enemy from completing the retake and getting on top of the bomb. And so despite the fact they went down a man early, they win that 4v5 and they get the bomb down, they get the round, and so a good start for Conquest.
Also at the same time, though, for Nafly, the gamble that he had with the peaks left and right in terms of the A main, if he got picked off early, it would have been bad news. But at the same time, he forced his opponent to move close towards the A main so that Rix was there for the trade, if needed be, to be able to win that round for Conquest. So they do get the round coming in right now. They go with submachine rifles, and they're still committing towards this A bomb side. Meanwhile, they only have a one-man play for Enemy inside the A bomb side as they have a stack towards B. So the Molly comes through, but can Skylar, aka Relics here in this game, hold it long enough. So he's staying inside of this smoke. He runs through, gets 1, 2, 3!
Wow!
With the P250, finally retaliate back by Nafly, but now, with the big LOL by Dabs, a huge advantage comes back here for the counter-terrorist team, because they have 5.7s, but they also have armor. They don't have kits, so they have to move very quickly. Naf is inside the site, totally flashed. Now it's up to Rix. It's planted badly for him at the same time. They are on the full defuse, 3 guys peeking out, and no bullets connecting here from the P90 of Rix. Smoke coming across. This round is going to come in favor of Enemy, and that was it.
Yeah, I mean, that was nuts. I mean, you have Enemy just going for a gamble stack on the B side. That's kind of what you have to do. I mean, you just got pistols. You kind of have to take a chance to see if you can't win the rounds. They leave Relics alone at A, so he's the guy that's not supposed to be able to do anything. They're playing for, if they hit B, we got 4 guys here, we got a chance. But Relics, he pushes through a smoke and grabs 3 P250 headshots in a row very rapidly to actually give Enemy the round. That is insane. That is not supposed to happen. And Conquest has to be a bit disappointed with how that played out, but they are still going to be able to get a buy off this round thanks to that. Thanks to 2 bomb plants, so they still are able to put something together here. And it's kind of like force buy versus force buy at this point. So both teams' money is pretty fragile.
And it's going to be reset whoever loses this round. So I got to say, sometimes CSGO is kind of like golf. You have the skills, but sometimes it's just the luck. And that was the luck with the timing that we had there from Relics on that last round. Now Uber and Anomaly, both the guys with the submachine rifles, all both very low at 4 and 8 respectively. So can they hold the rest right now as the advantage is coming in for Conquest? They're slowly creeping inside. They take the mid control. They're now moving inside the vents, and they're going to try to move inside this B bomb site now. Uber is going to try to molly to try to hold it back towards the A main, but Nafly, a flash by his own teammate. That's going to be unfortunate for him right now, so it gives a chance for Uber to still set up at the rail. Spots him inside the spot at NBK now of Checkers. Not NBK, sorry. In the Checkers. And now Shazam gets the kill on to Uber at the rail. The mainline is still holding at the pipeline, but then picked off. And now the plant comes in. And at this point, if Relics cannot get the kill, he's going to have to try to fall back and save his gun with Anomaly here. But again, both very low. A nade comes in to take down Rush. But we still have one lurking towards mid. It's going to be Daps that's going to try to just move in, maybe salvage a gun. But the round's going to come in favor of Conquest.
So, I mean, Conquest's going to respond pretty well. It was definitely a tough pill to swallow to lose that second round like that. It's kind of a crazy round, but they do come right back here. They get that bomb down the B bomb site, and they should be able to secure this here. They're even chasing, trying to see if they can't stop Relics and Anomaly from saving these two guns, but Dats will just miss them as they both hit in Squeaky Door, and Dats wants to go check the truck instead. So they'll have a couple of guns to pose a threat next round, but it's still one of those situations where they're kind of going to be forced to, I guess, not double save. Like, they're going to have to take a save here, but there might be enough money on Anomaly and Uber next round to force some drops and try to make something happen.
So 2-1 is our score in favor of Conquest. At this point, like we said, no matter who actually won or lost, it's actually going to be broken by. So I wonder if we're going to see this broken by across this whole game so far, but we will try to get a mid control for both sides, actually. 3 guys pushed all the way up for CT side. 1 guy on the boost. Rix is going to get the kill onto Uber, so the advantage comes through for Conquest as they take down Anomaly as well to 24, and CTs are now falling back, but we have a lurker at a blue door for A.
Yeah, we do have Nav taking down Kusa, and Dats is going to be here at the door, and we do see them gathering up in A main, but Relics has been able to position himself in the fence corner, and he has Anomaly with the crossfire inside the site, so there's still a chance they can hold onto this, but they got to worry about mid, because that's where the shift is taking place, and Rush does find mainline, so the bomb's going to move off here, and Relics and Anomaly are just stuck here at A.
Yeah, they're just going to try to take down Daps at least, and Daps only with that Tech 9 almost managed to get the kill on 2 Relics, but at this point, both of them, once again, a very low situation in terms of HP, and they're going to have to try to fall back as far as they can, but we probably could still see the T side going on a hunt after. Yeah, indeed. And I'm wondering if they're taking their time to go for the plant right now for the T side to just give them more chances to set up and go for a hunt after. But on their side, on T side,
the money's not good enough, I don't think, to chase too much here.
Yeah, I guess if they lose, they could actually maybe. Well, at least 4 of them could buy, and 1 of them would be Lil or something like that.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, I thought Enemy would be a bit more conservative with their money and just kind of... Because now they are going to have to save again next round. So it's basically a double save situation here for Enemy. So it's going to give Conquest... Even though they kind of, dropped that 1 round, they're going to be able to recover so well thanks to Enemy's issues with their economy. So, yeah, that's kind of the big issue that Enemy's going to deal with. And they won't save either gun either. So, there you have it.
Yeah, there you go. After getting that kill into Shazam, they got the other one, so they did go for that hunt. I think whoever was lurking, towards that mid-box on the highway decided to push back all the way towards A to flank. So he cleared out hallway towards the blue door. He cleared out towards A ramp. He cleared out T-spawn to finally spot his opponent there. And then the last one, that was Skylar trying to hold back his M4, was spotted by Shazam when Shazam got picked off. They're just going to hunt him down and force them on a pistol save.
Ooh. And Shazam's already going to find a spam kill there out in mid. Kind of lucky, but does catch Kusa. But, I mean, it's just a pistol around here for EnemyGG. They're going to stack up and try to actually double aggress on Squeaky Door and see if they can't get something. Yeah, I mean, it was Relics who made that big play day before, but they're trying to double push Squeaky Door here. See if they can find anything. Not going to. But, I mean, Conquest is going B. Yeah, but cautious.
Relics went for that flash over. Flash Rush did get the kill. Nafly is the one lurking across. He's going to try to go for that 2 versus 1 pick, but Rix was also there to try to help him up towards Highway, so the A side is now clear. As they spotted Relics towards B, they said, all right, screw that. Let's run back towards the A-bomb site. We don't want to run through that again. Nope. At least Rix finally takes him down.
Exactly, man. They see Relics get a kill at B. They're like, all right, we're getting out of here. Not going to give him another P250 multi-frag round to crush our dreams, so we're just going to do it and bring it over to A instead, and then they get it done. So they're up 4-1 now, but Enemy, they're back to buying here. They got M4s across the board. There's going to be no op for Kusta, and Uber will just be on a FAMAS. So there's a little bit of discrepancy there, but still enough to work with.
Yeah, and if we actually try to look at the odds right now for this matchup between EnemyGG and Conquest, Conquest actually has an 87% advantage here coming up against EnemyGG, so yeah, actually tells a lot into this game.
Tells a lot about the faith of the community, as CQ is going to do a super fast A-wrap technique here with Nat throwing the smoke off the door to block off Fun. They're just going to wrap around Forklift side of the site and just try to get in here.
So they do execute for that molly inside quad. Kusa forced to reload just before, so as he reloads, he can't support his teammates who are falling down slowly towards the highway and towards truck, and that is going to be it. The A site is now open. Last 2 guys, well, we're going to have to try to save here mainline and Uber. FAMAS and M4 in hand, especially with no kits. They're going to have to hopefully be able to hold this back, but the economy is being built up a lot here by CQ, so they're just going to hunt him down one more time.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's just Conquest running a really fast A-Rap hit. That smoke explodes so fast off the door. It's not set. It's not telegraphed long range from T-spawn, and so the A hit comes directly after it. So you can't really adjust as well or rotate as quickly with that smoke coming off so quick. And it's a technique that seems like Cloud9 using in A, but also it was Indius who developed it, and it's used a lot. But Mainline getting a lot of extra traction, holding on to this M4, but Uber does go down, so they only hold on to one gun for the next round.
Yeah, and despite him getting those exits and getting a few kills, there's still so much money built up right now for Conquest. Even though you see Dabs at 1850 right now, look at Naf, he's at 10k. So he's okay to drop Dabs if Dabs dies the next round here, but things are looking very well for Conquest so far on T's side, and really it's nothing really strange in terms of well, actually I would say that it's strange. You don't really see any smoke executes or any like holds or slow plays right now. They just really, alright, they say, let's take mid control, they take mid control. Let's take A control, we take A control. There's not really any lurking or anything going on right now.
Yeah, now they're all gathered up and over inside the B lobby, but they do have a couple of guys at mid garage just making sure that no one from Enemy is going to be pushing that side of the map, but they are all rotating over to B here. They already have 4 guys in the area on this B side, and Conquest might in fact run into this stack if they keep heading this direction, which it seems like they are. So there's a chance here for Enemy with such a crazy stack inside this site.
Well, they have to smoke for CT spawn. There's that stack coming through, and it works. CZ and USP, one fully flashed. Kusa with the USP. Rix then finally throws up for open season. Drops 2 under retaliation. Goes for a third. Goes for a fourth with success. Now trying to go for an ace across here, but Relix is swiffing all of his deagle shots. The P250, who was so strong before, does not work with the deagle, and that gives him a chance and gives Rix the ace.
Oh my goodness. What a roller coaster ride around that is. I mean, Conquest runs to a B stack. They have a totem pole going on inside the B bomb site. There's one guy in the pit. There's one guy hiding behind double stack and one guy on top of it. So you have like 3 different levels of elevation you have to deal with when you're coming in through B main if you're Conquest. And it looked real rough there, but Rix stays the day with the ace, recovers the round, salvages it for Conquest despite how rough it started. And so they are going to make it 6-1. Full buyout for both teams. Kusta finally has the op in his hands, and this is really Enemy's first real chance to use all their weapons at once and try to get around here.
Yeah, first real gun round, meaning
Matt heard that, right?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So he's going to open that door. They heard the run, so they're falling back a bit from main. So that being said, they still have 2 guys at the blue door and also towards main, trying to hold it back for a bit, but I think that nullifies this whole thing, and spamming through the door. Nafwa is going to take down Anomaly into the A site.
And they have to, I think they know this guy is on top of this boosted spot.
Yeah,
Rix comes right out, so that's a little bit rough. But Kusta's still holding inside the site with this op.
But with this shot here, so at 17 HP, this should be it. And there you go, that nade is going to be able to take him down. So Nafly clearing it out, knows that main line's just around the wall. But that being said, we need a Kusa to just land one shot there to give them more of an advantage to try to take the retake towards the side. Bomb is now planted. Uber still manages to get the kill as his teammate is flashed. So Shazam now at quad. 2 versus 1. The nade gives away his position. He flashes the first one and doesn't pull out the Tech 9 fast enough. Mainline gets the kill on a triple there with the defuse, and EnemyGG finally puts another point on the scoreboard.
I mean, I thought Conquest had that when Naf got the initial pick on the A site player. They also knew that guy was boosted, so Rich was able to come out and grab him as well. But Kusta, he gets a big op kill from quad that gives Mainline and company enough time to rotate in, and then Mainline just hits a nice play with the hat trick on the round. So Enemy finally putting a second point on the board, but Conquest, plenty of money with that win streak to still be able to get Shazam as op and everyone else fully equipped up. And so far, most of their tactics have been quite quick. They've just been exploding onto these sites in these gun rounds, so they seem to be slowing it down a bit, but this aggression from Kusta catches Naf in the door, so a good start for Enemy.
Yeah, but Shazam quickly retaliates back to take mid control, though, for Conquest's side, but they don't know the Relix is pushed up. Relix is going to re-smoke it right now. I don't know if that's a bad smoke here, but the Shazam still manages to get another one onto Anomaly, so that now will give them a chance to split inside B.
Yeah, I mean, Relix is pushed up mid, that's great, but then you're allowing Anomaly to get picked off like that. That's a bad move, and now Rush is taking mainline out at B, so Conquest are still going to get this round despite losing in the opening pick on door, unless Relix comes up big. He does get 1, but he needs to find 3 more.
Yeah, and at this point, he's just going to save the AWP behind here for Kusa for the next round, and just like he said here, Dust, just a little bit misfortunate at the same time that you know, you have one guy pushed up for some information, but when that guy's pushed up, the rest of the guys just has to play angles. I think from the rest, when I saw his teammates getting picked off towards the B side,
Right.
I think they got picked off with their full body out, so they tried to go for aggressive rotates or something like that at the same time. Just play your angles for now. You know that they're just splitting up and trying to get a few frags here and there, and so if you could even it up before going for an actual rotate and retake, you might give yourself a better chance.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously the kill that Shazam gets on Uber is just kind of like unexpected. Like it just catches you off guard. But the kill he got on Anomaly, that should have never happened. I think Anomaly just got a little bit too greedy there on a peak. But Rush just straight up hit a headshot on a guy playing the headshot spot in B. So that was just a sick shot, unfortunately, for Enemy. And so I guess we'll capitalize on the round. Relics does have an op to pass off to Kusa, but everyone else is just going to be on pistols. So this is going to give Conquest even more of a lead, but Relics actually hold on to this op. He's going to take it for himself. He's going to play A behind himself at the op and rest stack B with the pistols, and that is where Conquest is headed, so this could work out again.
Totem, but they didn't have enough time to go for a boost. They did get an opening kill, but Rush once again. Before it was Ricks, this time it's Rush. 3 kills coming through. The B bomb site is now open for business, and Ruber falls back here inside this heaven area. Doesn't manage to connect onto Napfly, who will be able to get the bomb plant here. So that is it. Bomb's going to get planted. Relics is going to save his AWP left behind here. And besides that, Uber is going to get pinned. And the round's going to be 8-2.
Yeah, so Conquest off to a big start here on the T side, and we really have only seen Enemy win one rifle round. That the only other round they won was a crazy round from Relics that probably should have never happened if we're honest. So they've really have struggled on this CT side to contest Conquest in any form or fashion. So hopefully they can figure it out as Relic's trying to save this op in A main. He does get the key kill he needs to run away, as they are going to be chasing from the A side, but he should stay out of their vision and should be able to hold on to this thing to pass Akusa to the next round, and should be able to rifle up across the rest of the team. So this is kind of their next opportunity to make something work, and they really need to, because it's starting to spiral out of control.
Yeah, for sure. One thing I guess that could be, if we want to play the Dust Optimistic game, is that it is Conquest's map choice here on Cash.
Right.
So
We do know Conquest has been pretty good on Cash lately. They've had some good results. They even beat Liquid recently on it in the CEVO-P. So they're definitely no slouch on this map, and they're just going to try to do a fast mid, and Relics is too blind to contest, but Maylon and Uber come right back at him.
Yeah, everybody's just blinded, so they ran out through the smoke. The guys that were close to each other definitely didn't know what was going on, as they finally managed to take down Relics, but he still had support from middle, from 3 of his teammates, actually, that set up a crossfire there. So then Mainline just easily picked them up, and we're going to use Shazam to try to retake this mid control. And he's done it before. He's got 2 easy op kills towards middle with his aim. By doing so, if he does it the same time again, it's going to be a 2 versus 2 with less than a minute left to work with. So still plenty of time.
Yeah, we'll see if they can find themselves an opening here, as that mid exchange just happened so quick that Conquest didn't really even have a chance to respond. But now with the clock, they'll see if they can't recover, as they do work themselves up mid with the bomb onto Ricks, and Shazam does have his op right behind them, but there's 2 in each area basically, so they're gonna have to win some gun duels here to try to crack this A bomb side open, and Enemy are staying pretty well hidden inside the site, not giving them an opportunity.
Well, Mainline peaked earlier on at quad, but decides to fall back towards that MBK spot, and Shazam manages to get the pick and takes him down. But Anomaly is still waiting for him inside the site. There's 18 seconds left on the clock, and the Tech 9 does not connect, and Anomaly avenges his teammate, saves an AWP for the next round once again here. And, oh, actually, he does not pick it up. Kusta was still alive at 1. They don't want to go for a double up setup, which is, do you think this is actually smart there from their side? I guess nobody's used to an op for the rest of the players.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is definitely one of the maps where double op can really be beneficial when you anchor each site with 1 and play 3 rifles mid or something like that. It can be a great setup. We see a lot of teams be able to implement that. But yeah, if you don't have a second guy that feels confident with the op at this point, might as well just keep it down to 1. As Conquest, couldn't get anything going with that fast mid that round. So this round they will be working the A split again. Looks like they'll be doing it pretty quick too. I mean, there's no one even anywhere else on the map, so they're going to be dedicated to this. And so that just means that Anomaly and Relics and in this rotation from Mainline are going to have to be on point to hold this off, because we know Conquest fast A hits have been successful so far.
So the smoke here from Anomaly playing NBK spot. Once went across, and a force buy coming through is denied here by Anomaly. Still picks up the Khalil, but it's still spraying through the smoke with the AK, and Anomaly still has 100 HP, so they're holding this greatly right now. Beast Kusta takes down Nafly. Relics falls down inside the A bomb site, but this A site is on lockdown. Shazam is now pinned and stuck. I think they know that he's there at the same time. The bomb is running back towards B, though. There you go. Shazam falls down. And we also have a big flank coming across from Uber, though, so that's it. Shazam is, should I say, Rix is pinned.
Yeah, there's nothing much he can really do here unless he just hits some insane shots. He does spot one jump peeking. That just gives an enemy the information. That flank will just continue to roll in. So this is pretty much done. And it was just anomaly. He pretty much single-handedly shut that down. They just didn't check that corner as they came through the smoke. They were so focused on quad and sight that they let Anomaly just sneak off 2 free frags. And that's that. So another round finally goes to Enemy. They had lost a couple in a row, but now they've strung a couple together in a row. So they're getting back into this half. They're starting to make this a bit of a contest.
Yeah, and Anomaly at the end of the day was able to get, 3 kills on that round there. So great hold from him. Like you said, it was just that small mistake of not looking that corner that actually made it very costly for Conquest right there, forcing them on a save coming through in this one here for this terrorist team. They do have what it takes to be able to flash and try to take over this B bomb site. They have the smoke that they could use towards the CT spawn, but Uber is actually pushed all the way up under vents. Mainline's just spamming across, gets the first kill onto Dad, so that gives them a cue that it's going to be a pistol save coming in towards B right now. Uber trying to spam across, but Rush is smacking himself away. So he's dodging the bullets that coming through for free. It's the action man should take it down, but Kusa runs it across with the 5-7 and drops 2 of his own. And now Rush is going to be last man standing. Can he actually stutter his way into the B bomb site? And he will not be able to. So they're going to ask for the pause. It's going to be 8-5. That's unfortunate, but at the same time, lucky for them that this was only a pistol save for Conquest.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been an all-out gun round where he goes down and he's kind of one of the main guys to entry for this team to help him open up the site. And that's big to lose him to a situation like that. So they will, in fact, take the pause, and hopefully we'll have Rush be able to sort that out pretty quick and jump right back into things. But we've seen Enemy really recover well. I mean, they've won 4 of the last 6 rounds, 3 in a row. So that has been how they've gotten back into the game. And the unpause comes up pretty quick, so hopefully all is well. But Conquest are again going to be just on pistols, so this is giving Enemy so much room to use to crawl back into this game.
Yeah, but still 8 rounds so far for Conquest. Things are looking good for them as they're going to switch sides after. I think we usually see a CT-sided map usually on Cash, at least in my opinion. I don't know if you think otherwise here, Dust.
I think it's pretty balanced, actually, but I definitely wouldn't suspect a team to get 8 rounds on T-side. I think it's more fair to get like 6 or 7 rounds.
Well, that being said, the pistol save comes through, or the pistol buy comes through, should I say, for Conquest. They're getting ready to smoke and open up this blue door. Kusto was on the top before, gets the first one, back to Tech9, gets support from his teammate as well, but he does not need it. Well, actually, maybe he did. His teammate fell down, and then he falls down to Nafly. Nafly trying to go for the quick scope, but to no avail. And then Dab's picked off there at NBK spot. And now it's going to be 8-6 in favor of Conquest still. But like you said, they close in 3 rounds, made that 4 this time. And if it continues that way, they're looking to have a better morale moving into the second half.
Absolutely. I mean, it's all going to come down to this last round. Enemy can get it. That would have mean they've made a great recovery in the last part of the half. But if Conquest can punch one more in, I mean, 9 rounds from T-side is pretty devastating if you're EnemyGG. I mean, as you noted, this map does have a slight CT bias to it, so you expect to be able to get the better half from that side. Enemy's already been denied that for sure, just based on how the half started. But, you know, it does still feel good to recover and to make the comeback and not allow Conquest to just steamroll through, right? So we'll see if Enemy can in fact do that, as we do see Conquest staging up, you know, pretty default. You know, they're not going too heavy towards either site just yet, so a little bit different, as many of their rounds have been just pretty heavy quick site executes. Yeah.
Now they're just going to count on picks here inside this middle area, but this time they don't have an op to work with. On EnemyGG side, I do like that they played it a little bit more passively this time towards the A-bomb side, learning from mistakes. When Anomaly got spammed before through the doors, decides to not play towards that area to start. Bakusa opening things up as they smoke to try to take control of this B-bomb site from middle.
Yeah, they have got out mid, though, so that's good. They have something to work with here, but they'll just continue to press through and try to get up highway. And there is actually no one at A except for a player pushed A main, which is Anomaly. And Relics has made it to Truck. He's putting down Incendiary. That's going to block CQ off from really attacking in here. And now Conquest are getting caught up.
This is great. Look at that, the smoke that they threw into Molly, thinking our Relics wasn't going to push up. He just waited at the E-box on the ledge, spotted 2 coming through, and he goes for another one on the flank, runs back to the smoke, spots Rix, but Rix takes him down. It's a 3 versus 1, 18 seconds left on the clock. Can Rix clutch this one? The team looks back towards spawn and mainline, takes him down with the M4, and with 5 unanswered rounds, we end the first half 8-7 in favor of Conquest.
Yeah, big recovery there from Enemy to, as you said, win the last 5 in a row. And, you know, the last 6 of 8. So that's really good, seeing as at one point they were down 6-1. So they have gotten back into the game, but now Conquest moves over to the CT side, which they can be quite effective on. I mean, you look at players like Rix and Rush, very good at defending the A side of the map. Naf also well known for being able to play pretty well on the B side, as well as being a part of any type of mid aggression. So they certainly have some really skilled players that can really lock down these sites. So Enemy will certainly be tested, and they will certainly have to come out with their A game if they want to try to pull off any kind of upset here on this map.
Yeah, if you're looking at the scoreboard right now, look at Dabs, 3-12, but him being the strat caller, you know, you could cut in some slack, because the rest of his team definitely played their part. All of them at 10 kills. Rix going to work actually at 18 for a few rounds there, especially that ace kind of helped him as when he went against that eco inside that B bomb site. On the other side of things, we do have Relics that did as much as he could. But we definitely did need to see a little bit more coming out of Uber, as I mentioned before, somebody that's more known in the Toronto scene, and being a force to reckon with in the Toronto scene, hasn't done quite well on the CT side here.
Absolutely. I mean, when we saw him in main playoffs and even throughout the Premier playoffs in the ESCA and throughout the regular seasons as well of those 2 leagues, he was putting up ridiculous numbers. I mean, he was looking so hot. He's their main entry fragger, with Rex kind of being the number 2 man in many situations, but he just hasn't had the same form. And I don't know if it's just because he's adjusting, he's playing against more skilled players. I'm sure that does have an impact, but in general, he also just hasn't looked as comfortable. So I don't know if the pressure's gotten to him or what it is, but he definitely hasn't had I mean, you always expect someone's numbers to go down when they're a rookie and they're up against pro league competition now, but it took a bigger plunge than I think maybe some of us expected. So we'll see if he can recover, though.
Well, I want to know your thoughts as well, Dust, with them actually losing Ryu towards the end of the last season. So him being replaced back, has that made a huge impact of how EnemyGG's performance is now?
I think it's brought more firepower to the team for sure. There's any doubt about that. And with Mainline coming in, being a more skilled in-game leader in his own right, and then originally when Ryu dropped, it was to bring in Relics. I mean, that's who was his direct replacement, actually. But they were tossing around who was going to in-game lead. They didn't really have an in-game leader. This is back when they still had ZNF on the team. But then when ZNF, I guess, got cut or removed or whatever because of some issues they were having, personalities clashing, I guess, then that's whenever they saw the opportunity to bring on Mainline, who had just gotten removed from Method and who was an in-game leader. So I think it's brought on more skill to the team for sure. It's added to their firepower as we are into this pistol round, but Conquest has the upper hand.
So aggressive right now as they push in towards A-Man and also towards Blue Door. It's already a 4-on-2 situation as Relics and Kusa are trying to even things up. Kusa with the runaway block headshot onto Rush, picks up the bomb. It is 8-7 in the second half between Conquest and EnemyGG for the CEVO Pro League Season number 8, brought to you by MLG and CEVO. I'm Vansilli, along with me is Dust, as just Relics right now inside the vents, going head-to-head against NAF, but it seems as though things are a little bit more controlled this time, back on the CT's favor.
Relics does find the kill, though, so they should at least get a bomb plant now, unless this Heaven player can stop him from crossing over. It's going to be Shazam, but he can't, so the bomb will in fact go down. But it's a 2v2 where Enemy has pretty low HP, so Conquest is certainly still favored here, with Shazam waiting for the rotate. Relics tries to take a gamble since he has the low health, but it doesn't pay off, and now it's all up to Kusta.
He walked through the smoke, though. Okay, now it's dissipated, so he at least has the good angle for a drop, and immediately executes Shazam in the head. So now the clock is still ticking on the bomb, but the disadvantage is it's that it's not planted for him.
There's
the
no
advantage,
kit for
though,
Rix.
is that exactly the advantage is that Rix does not have a kit, forcing him off the bomb plant. But Rix hurt him so easily. Gets the kill.
I don't know about this.
I
It's gonna
think
be
he has
close.
enough time.
I don't think so. Like a second off, I guess. Second and a half off.
1.5. Yeah.
Does it tell
According
you?
to my Asian calculations, no, I was just guessing.
Well, we did hear you say, what was that you said earlier when we first kicked off this map?
What did I say?
I don't know. You
I can't
messed up
remember.
some L's with some R's. I just remember that.
Oh
I can't
yeah,
remember.
yeah, that's true.
That's all I remember.
At the end of the day, a good clutch here for EnemyGG, thanks to a sixth man being the bomb. So 8-8 overall right now. It's a forced buy for Conquest at the same time with the scout and pistol armor. So a forced buy coming in for Conquest. Can he hold it down?
We do see Shazam trying to jump peek over this smoke and spot something, but he will be forced to back off eventually here as the Conquest force buy is in effect. And we'll see if they can make something happen with it here with all that armor and pistols. They're stacked pretty heavy towards the A side with 3 players as Enemy will put that smoke onto the Z connector again and just continue to work this mid and B and just gain this map control.
Yeah, they've taken mid control at the same time. That flash forced an enemy back here on the CT side inside the A bomb site, but they are coming in towards B instead. So Uber and Relics making their way towards checkers. They see nothing inside the B bomb site. It's actually open for them, open for grabs. Playing a little bit more passively for the CT side. They're trying to take this mid control first and then try to take control through the vents. So 2 towards CT spawn, 2 towards mid. Anomaly and Uber holding respectively their area towards mid and towards CT spawn. So the plant's coming through. It's going to be a 5-on-2 situation. At this point, you see them falling back, Rush saving a scout towards CT spawn, and Rick still looking for an exit.
And Rick's going to get caught, however, so Rush will just try to get the scout saved, and he also has head armor to save as well, and then a P250, so you can even drop that P250 to somebody, and that way you have like 2 guys with some type of gun to work with. But it's definitely Enemy, you know, going to take the lead for the first time this game. So this has been a good turnaround for them, given how things started.
And Rush, give away his position there. That his opponent was so far behind. And he's gonna play the door. He's gonna get the kill and save the scout.
Man, you gotta love those situations where people are closing the door on each other and stuff like that. It's good times.
Well, it should at least be a door that you could blow up like the other maps. I don't know what you guys think in the chat and what you think, Dust, but it should be a breakable door like everything else. Every other map
spammable like the old nuke door was.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, even a door in Overpass is breakable as well. So
That is true.
nonetheless, though, it's going to be 9-8. EnemyGG now this time in the lead of this game, and another sidetrack here. I don't know if you guys are hitting tab. It's actually Conquest, in short, is CQ. Who remembers CQ from Godfrag? I missed that guy. Uber now moving out towards mid with his teammates, and Mainline getting the opening kill into the Z-shaped hallway. But at the same time, it is a pistol save for Conquest.
Yeah, exactly, and it's kind of to be expected that this is going to suffer. That second round's kind of the round where you put your investment in with the upgrade pistols armor and give yourself a chance, but if that doesn't work out the third round, you're pretty much on nothing, as they do recycle the scout at least. Maybe they can make something miracle happen with that, as Rick hides in the smoke, and he does get a kill, so he's even back up at a 4-4, plus they still have the scout in play, and someone else just got dinked at mid. That's Uber down, so... Yeah. I mean, Conquest, they're making a little bit of a run at this, actually.
Yeah, got dinked towards Sandbags, falls back to help his teammate. They spot him towards the rail. It's going to be Naf inside the B-bomb site, and a touchdown made by Mainline. Rick still has that scout, though. Keep going for a jump scout. That flash is going to force him to fall back with that smoke, so the plant is still going to come through. Oh, is he going to get a lucky shot there onto Uber? No, there's a box that's going to save him just a little bit there. He gets tagged down at 59 HP, but with the bomb being planted, EnemyGG should be able to take this round, as nobody from CT side has a kit on their back.
I mean, Rush has head armor worth saving, but these other two might as well just try to get some exits here and see if they can't get something going, but this will fall pretty quick here. So Enemy will take the 10-8 lead, so good recovery again from Enemy. But now they'll be tested against some full gun rounds, and this is where we'll see if they come up with something. And Rick's actually saving this scout, so I guess they're going to try to put this to use next round.
Terrorists win.
Could be. I don't think they have enough to go for an AWP this round here, so maybe that's why they're still going to drop it right now and leave it in the hands of Shazam. But Shazam,
right,
if he takes the scout, hasn't been putting any impact at all so far since the second round, so he's going to have to hopefully get a few of them. Hopefully if he goes for a battle for a boost. Yeah, okay.
They just all bought up in forwards and didn't even bother with it, so we'll see Enemy go straight to A, so it looks like they are going to be setting up some set smokes. Now, this could be an A hit, or I have seen a lot of times them just back off and go late mid after these smokes, after they pull the rotation, so not quite sure just yet.
They have one guy really close to door, though, so I think it is going to be an execute towards A, and we have them moving up towards main. Here we go. Uber's at the point, stopped by Rush, inside the side. Rush going for a double kill with another headshot with the M4. Dabs rotating across, but they are slowly taking over this side for main line. Nobody's really rotated in. There was only Rush by himself there, and nobody else is really there. There's only really Ricks at the highway. He's down to 15 HP, and it's all smoked out for him to be able to help out his teammates. So now the bomb is planted, and we have the advantage in terms of positioning for enemy.
Absolutely. Kusa's already seen one jump across with that op and spams them through the smoke. So now it is a 3-on-3 in favor of enemy, and plus they have the bomb down. But Dabs and company, they're rolling in here. Dabs gets another. They might have a shot at this. It's up to Anomaly.
Running across here, ring around to Rosie through quad. They're going to go for a doubles pick across, and he does manage to get the first one into Naf line, but no, he's going to come back pick up the kit, yeah. So Dabs is going to get the defuse, and it's going to be the round coming in for Conquest, and it was actually a nice play for EnemyGG in terms of positioning. I could understand why Kusa was running back into the site to try to get the op kills, because the bomb wasn't planted for him. It was planted too safe inside.
Yeah, and he was also smoked off from being able to watch anyone else cross into the site, and his team was kind of getting picked apart, so he kind of had to make a play there. It just didn't happen, but I mean, just well done from Conquest. Rush getting those initial 2 kills. He's been playing the A-bomb site pretty much his whole CSGO career with Elevate and Monomaniacs and all these other teams, and he's been quite good on it. And this is a good rotation for Conquest to retake at the end, but both teams are still bought out, and in fact, Conquest is the one that's a little bit short, having to rebuy a couple of FAMASs. So EnemyGG, they still have a chance here to hold Conquest off, but they did lose that opening gun round, so we'll see if they can recover. They do have mid. It's pretty much been given up to them for free. Shazam's playing pretty passive over here.
Yeah, he tried to repeat there, tried to go for a knock kill, but at the same time, the AK burst did not work in their favor either, so both managed to fall back unscathed right here for both teams. But at the same time, like you say here, Dust, they forced 2 FAMASs out. If they manage to get this round here, they're forcing possibly a double save. Because you got 2 of them at 50.
Yeah, they went for the mid to be split here. Nap hit behind the box. He's able to get one, but now Dabs is all alone waiting for the rotate, and he'll fall. So we'll see if Shazam can do it with the auto. He might catch one crossing to the side here.
Puts the molly up to force him back. Yep. Jinx. So they're going to get the bomb plant at least 4 checkers, and at this point, I think they should hunt him down. They should hunt him down to try to go for the exits. So they're setting up right now. Yeah, it will if they manage to get another pick, but now they don't, so I don't think they're going to go for it. At this point, Shazam, if he gets the kill onto Kusta, maybe. So Shazam's winning on the other side right now, but it's such a patient play, and there you go. As they peek out, Shazam's the last spin saying they have to hunt him down right now. They're spamming through across, so they slow him down. Mainline's going to try to push out. Oh no, he gets picked up with the 5-7. The bomb is going to go off, and the other guys are way too far to try to get the op away here from Shazam. So a good save for Shazam with CQ, but EnemyGG resets overall the economy of Conquest.
Yeah, I mean, it's just Enemy being able to get that mid control. Shazam playing a passive with the op. They're able to force them back and just get into mid, and from there they just run the quick mid to be split. And Naf, played behind the box, and Dats and him weren't really playing together. Dats is just playing inside the site. Naf trying to do a little bit of an interplay behind the box and checkers, and neither one of those positions really panned out. Between the two of them, they only got 1 kill on the initial defense, so that's just Enemy overwhelming Conquest with numbers at that point to shut out the round. And they just have this op save from Shazam. Everyone else on the pistols trying to get aggressive with it. Kusta spots it. Is he going to repeat? He flashes for it and gets it.
I don't know, Shazam, when he saw, yeah, he should have fell back, but now it's being salvaged, so he knows one's going to be at forklift, one's inside sight, so that's 2 players with their position given away. But they're going to boost and take control of mid instead, and that being said, if you're looking at how this map is being played so far here, the rounds that they've won here for Enemy have all been bomb explosions on the T side, so not only are they able to get the plants, but they're just overwhelming the site, and they cannot... Like, CQ cannot do the retakes just by being the map that they chose.
Well, it's also you notice that Enemy is pretty much controlled mid every single round this half.
Yep.
I mean, that's something that Conquest didn't really do. They tried it a couple of times. They had mixed results, but they were really just way more, fixated on just doing these really heavy A-side executes. Enemy just giving themselves a little bit more diversity in their play, giving themselves more options by being able to get mid, and you can just do so much with that once you grab it. So I think at some point Conquest is going to have to consider changing up their CT side a bit, maybe putting some rifles up close on mid and contesting that directly. That or just going to have to defend the sites better. One of the two. Yeah. We'll just have to see.
That's might get an exit. He will do so as he was heading up towards heaven, so should be able to keep the AK-47 not fly. To does salvage an AK-47, so it actually turns out to be a pretty good save after all.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's cool that Naf is able to kind of slither his way through there into an AK being recycled. And the op's going to be in play here for Shazam. Rifles out across the rest of the way. And I'm curious to see, will they just put Shazam anchoring a site like A or something while they rifle up mid? That's something that a lot of teams can do. And yeah, here it is, Conquest putting 3 rifles aggressive in mid while Shazam will anchor the bomb site. So I actually really like this adjustment.
As a molly up on top of the boost as well, but I thought Enemy was going to try to push aggressively towards the A main as well, just to try to see if they could overtake the site quickly, but everything's going to be reset just for now as they have, like you said, strong presence towards that middle area. They're actually going to try to go for a boost. So Rix is moving up. Relix actually has a nade in his hand, so he's going to get caught off. That's going to be a 1-minute advantage to start things off. Flash above. Rix forced to fall back, but this is a good pick for them to start the round.
Yeah, they don't get too greedy. They back off. That's good. And they denied Enemy mid control, which they're used to being able to get for free throughout this entire half. So now it's being contested. And how do they recover? What are they going to do now that they don't have as much to work with? It seems like Anomaly wants to put a molly on the B side. They still want to try to split this side of the map, but Rush is inside the Vince. He could put a big stop to this.
Yeah, they have so much back control right now for the CT side, and none at all for Enemy, but somehow Rush does not connect to Uber, but Uber at least down at 20 HP. Flash coming through. Anomaly trying to get an entry frag. He does onto Nafly, but 2 guys are moving up towards heaven. Dax is still alive at the rail. Uber with 20 HP. Still manages to get 1. Manages to get 2. Traded out. Outshot missed by Kusta. But a Tech-9 comes into the victory of EnemyGG 13-9. And that was a bloodbath inside the B site.
It's such a good opening from Conquest to deny Enemy the mid control, but if we're honest about it, Naf and Daps are really struggling on that B side of the map. That's now 2 rounds in a, well, not in a row, but the 2 times Enemy have gone towards B, they only get 1 kill between those 2 players, and that's just not efficient trading. And if that's going to keep happening, then Enemy is going to keep having a good time on that side of the map. They already have Conquest forced to just pistols here, so a great chance to go up to 14, and they really might pull off the upset, at least on this map pick, but Naf, he's pushed through and found a kill.
Yeah, and I think I mentioned that Dax is, what, 3 and 12 before? Now he's at 8, so he's got 5 kills, I think, in the second half. So, that being said, you don't need to call as much, at least in my opinion, on the CT side. Just hold your angles, have the right calls, and try to hold down your ground, and he's not being able to do so to help the team.
He's actually the one guy getting the kills in the B bomb site, though. Like, when they get the 1 kill in B, it's actually him. It's Naf who's kind of been shut out on the CT side thus far at B. And that's really helped Enemy out a lot. That's a big player to be not having a good game. But look at this. Conquest on a pistol round. They're about to win it, it looks like.
Yeah, they spot him. He's fully blinded right now. Skylar Relics at least gets 1 onto the forklift, but he's got 2 guys pushing in on him. He's ringing around the Rosier cross, but Nafly drive-by with the P250, and they do get the eco win, so we spoke a little bit too soon. Nafly struggling, gets a trip kill for that round, and you're actually right, Dust, mentioning what Daps is doing, because every single time it seems as though he's able to hold maybe 1 or 2 kills towards B, but the majority of the action has been happening towards A, where they're 4 Daps in a rotation all the time.
Yeah, and I mean, Naf, before that, he was 2 and 6, so we were talking about how he was kind of struggling defending at B, getting that hat trick there, gets him a little bit better on the scoreboard here, and that's a round you gotta win if you're Enemy. If you're trying to pull the upset, you got CQ up against the ropes in a situation like that when you've been winning these gun rounds and you have him saving, but they couldn't hold Conquest off, and now Enemy's the one that's just on the Tech-9s, and they're just gonna gather up in Squeaky Door and just try to push into quad, just try to close the distance fast with those Tech-9s and try to get a bomb plant. Yeah,
Shazam is waiting though, opping inside here. In the main, he manages to get the first kill on to main line, and Rush supports him on the crossfire. 1 and 2 down, Skylar, then on into Rush. Still spamming with the P2, sorry, the Tech-9, but Shazam retaliates with the P250 to take him down, and that's a great hold. And I guess they were just trying to use main line to try to maybe flash towards the quad for them to push out towards this blue door, but Shazam was just too fast.
Yeah, well done there from Conquest to hold off, because those Tech-9s can be so dangerous at close range inside the A-bomb site, but Rush did well to kind of bail Shazam out, make sure they couldn't kill at the distance on him in that corner of the site, and get a couple of kills. But Enemy, they are back onto a buy here. The op is back in Kusta's hands. They are setting up for those smokes over at A again, so it's, again, last time they did this, they just went straight up for the A hit. They didn't go for any type of late mid-push or any type of fake, so we'll see if they change it up or they're just going to try to hit into this site.
And the last time when that happened, they actually planted deep inside the A-bomb site. Now can they make it through? No, they can't, because Shazam gets the first kill, and they molly across, preventing the other guys from moving out. Shazam whiffs the second one, and he could pay the price. He's down to 6 HP, but still manages to stay alive thanks to Dap on the top of the catwalk. Finally retaliated back by Mainline. But it's going to be Mainline and Kusa. 2 versus 3, because it was a 4. Now it's a 2 versus 2 as Kusa lands one onto Nafly, sorry. Now with Shazam at 6 HP, Rush at 100, and it's a showdown and a stand down. Naked Gun 2.5.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of a stalemate right now as both oppers miss their shots, but Rush connects to get the bomb down, so Kusa left alone in a 1v2 to try to hold Conquest off from the 12th round as he is stuck at the forklift. Shazam's creeping up with the Tech 9. And he lands the headshot there as Kusa was scoped in, so 13-12 in favor of Enemy, but Conquest is coming right back at him, forcing Enemy to save this round, and it's going to be a tie game here in just a moment.
Yeah, we should have maybe called that Shazam was probably lit. I mean, at that point, you would have switched quickly to the pistol and trying to hunt him down, or at least knowing that he's lurking around with the AWP, that you could just whip out your pistol if he's going to play it close. But at the same time, Kusa had no nades to work with, so he just had to count on sheer aim. And being with the AWP, I guess he's more confident with that than with the pistol. He probably didn't know what was the health advantage.
The other big thing is Enemy was off to a rough start because their strat was just so telegraphed, in my opinion. Like, you can just rotate so easy. But look at this. They're pistoling into B. They had the opening pick. But Naf, look at this guy with the USP. He's like, all right, you guys want a pistol? I'll pull mine out, too. Let's fight like men. And he's able to get those frags.
Those are all nice taps, and only if they had some head armor there, that could have helped a bit, as they had a great entry onto Daps to start things off. And now the B bomb site is actually starting to be a little bit hard for them to overtake, and the same thing for the A site. So I think at this point, they're going to try to take over this mid control. Like a rush A didn't work, a rush B didn't work. Mid worked for us this time, and I won't be surprised if Conquests are going to go back for a 3-man push inside this mid control.
They definitely could be. I mean, that's something that worked for them early on in the half, but Conquest has been putting some numbers towards mid lately, and they're going to do it again. I think they're anticipating going to be going for mid. They're like, hey, we've shut them down at the sites. They might go for mid again. Let's put our riflers out there. But Enemy, they did, you know, put some numbers towards mid garage, but they're really leaning more towards A. They're putting Kusa's op indoor to how to look for picks on a highway rotation. So let's see if that comes into effect.
Yeah, so they did go for the 3-man aggro, and as they saw nothing come out, that's why they had the better position now, and they have the op, so they're playing a 1-man opper inside the A-bomb site, but if they manage to flash him out here, Shazam playing with the door, and he gets the op kill onto Kusa, so op versus op, he gets the upper hand.
Yeah, I mean, you can see Enemy was just trying to put Kusa's op in a different location. Let's try to work a pick and find an opening, but he's going to be denied that by Shazam. And now Rush is still sitting in Cubby, denies Uber from being able to slip into the vent. So everything's going well for Conquest this round. Enemy will try to gather up B, but it seems like it might be too late.
He looks back towards the checkers, and with help from Mainline, they get the kill onto Nafly, and now it's a 3 versus 3. They've overtaken the bomb site, but Anomaly's so far right now on this flank. He's going to have to hurry up. Riggs is already on the flank from B main, so Relic's now by himself inside this B bomb site. They have no idea, though, that Anomaly's on the flank, but Anomaly's starting to make a lot of noise, and now he's finally spotted by Shazam after he whiffed the first few AK shots, and just like that, Relics should be done and over with. 3 versus 1, 20 seconds left on the clock. The bomb is down. And it's going to be Shazam every single time that's peeking out.
Yeah, he gets the job done there. So, I mean, Conquest just kind of shutting down those initial picks over at the A side of the map, and also catching Uber at mid. You saw a little bit of recovery there from Enemy inside the site, but they still couldn't come around the corner and grab it. So Conquest will go up to 14, so the lead has been given. There was a pause, but it was immediately unpaused, so I guess no issue. And Enemy, this is probably really their last chance here. I mean, they're at max loss bonus, sure, but this is going to be their higher equipment value round of the 2 if they were to lose this one. So this is their big shot to try to hold Conquest off.
Yeah, so 14-13 is our score. If they win this one, it's going to be an easy buy for CQ on the round after. If they win the next round, it should be an easy buy for CQ as well. So it's a tough uphill battle here for EnemyGG for the remaining rounds of this half. So hopefully, if they're going to try to reset monies here and there, They're going to have to win 2 rounds and then force me. Well, if they have to lose a round, they're going to lose a round and then force probably the overtime. That's the only thing that they could guarantee right now.
Oh, and Uber again denied at mid here by Rick. So now Enemy not having the luck they used to have on this mid side. The rifles are paying more attention to it and catching them with these frags. So they're already a man up. The bomb is actually down here, but it has been picked up by mainline. Naf also just finds a kill at B. So the picks aren't working out for Enemy just yet.
Yeah, so nothing is working for this terrorist team anymore, actually. They seem to be finally figured out as the way they're playing their T side. Now Shazam playing close towards Z. Relics is just around the corner, but he's playing it very cautiously. So he's going to smoke towards the Z, and they're going to pinch out towards the Z. Now Shazam with the first shot, and they manage to take down Rush up on highway, but Shazam at the truck. The second shot does not miss. Molly to force him back. They get the bomb plant. Now they have to position themselves in a 2 versus 2, but I think this time, once again, the bomb is not planted for them, so they have to play double up at quad.
There's actually 3 for Conquest here coming in, and Naf's already found some damage on the main up the highway, and Daps will finish him off, so it's all up to Relics now, stuck at quad. Shazam has his op fixated on one side, so as soon as he peeks out, he'd be done, but he misses, actually, and Relics causing some chaos, but not enough. As Conquest will get the defuse, and they will push it to 15. And Enemy, with that bomb plant, will actually still have a pretty healthy buy for this next round.
Was so close to take down Shazam. I think if he actually took down Shazam and he got that kill into Dabs, he would have kept running forward into the site, knowing that he's been through this before, or at least one of his teammates has, where they peeked quad on both areas this side. So you know the other one was going to go ring around a rosy or cross, but unfortunately did not connect onto Shazam. But at the same time, it was just unfortunate for mainline as he was trying to fall back, spotted 2 on the highway, just ran into the tug box in the middle of the site. He couldn't escape fast enough.
Ooh, and the aggression again here from the side. They're actually going to do a counter boost again. They haven't done this in a while, but Relics is going to hear it, and he will be able to counter it there as he gets that initial pick. So this is a good start for Enemy. Of course, they have to win out to force the OT here, so it's a good pick, but that's going to find Uber. No, never mind. Uber will catch him instead, so this is going great for Enemy.
Yeah, and Kusa taking out Nafly towards B, so they have mid and B to work with. So at this point, they're probably going to try to just all rush towards B. Yeah, so Uber's still at the point, has a smoke, so he's going to be able to smoke towards CT spawn. They will be able to take over the site, and with the amount of money right now that CQ has, actually, it's not that much anymore. But they could still try to go for a few exits at the end of the day. It's a 5-on-2. They're not going to commit to this. They know Kusa's low, but if they can actually pick off a few and hurt the economy, it's going to be a little bit better for their side moving into the next round.
Yeah, I mean, they have 9K on Shazam Rush with almost 8,000 and Nap with 7,000, so they're not too worried about money, but you can try to lower what enemies have to work with next round if you keep taking down these guns, but it's not going to happen. Relics just flies through, and now we're going to go the full distance. The same thing happened on Dust 2 between Complexity and Mythic. We went down to a 16-14 game. This time we'll see if Enemy can actually push this into OT. They did well to deal with that mid-aggression last time, to catch the counter boost as well as catching that. So we'll see if Conquest plays a bit more conservative now, try not to lose numbers early.
You can't ask for a better last round than this. Everybody is at full money and full guns with whatever they need, with the exception of Kusta having an AK-47 instead of his AWP. But at the same time, I don't think he's landed that many this time.
Ooh.
They're going for that boost there, the shroud boost up and towards the A-bomb site. No, and they've executed a fake actually this time. They've done it a few times. Now they execute, they force to rotate, and they take mid control, and they're probably going to rush straight into B. This is going to be huge right now, but we still have 2 guys holding inside this B bomb site with Nafly and Daps. Can they do it right now? The crossfire is set up, and the Molly is just going to hold him back for a bit, give him enough time for the rotate to come through.
And Naf's still on the side. They don't sniff him out, and with the combination of Shazam, they're able to get a couple of kills, and so now they have the 3 versus 2 in their favor. Conquest could shut up the game here. Now let's Anomaly and Kusa come up big.
The bomb is down. It's a 3 versus 2 in favor of Conquest. Now Anomaly's going to pick up the bomb, but they know one's at heaven. Oh, I thought Anomaly was going to run through. Smarter move for him to run towards the back and get the bomb plant here. Kusa's out in the open right now, but if Rush comes through in this vent, there you go. Thanks, please. Fall back. Bomb is now planted. It's retake time. A nice flash coming through for Kusa to peek out. He gets the pick off the Shazam. So the op versus op does not work. Op versus AK, no probs. Now Anomaly at the rail, closed in by Rush. Rush is dodging bullets. Rush gets the kill. Now Kusa. Oh man, he should have kept the AK when he could. The 2 versus 1 could not get the op kill onto Rix. He gets the kill. Defuse comes in. Conquest wins the first round, 16-14.
Yeah, I mean, Conquest do get the map, but I'm sure it was a lot more difficult on them than they anticipated. I mean, I personally thought that they would take that in a pretty decisive fashion. I didn't think it would be that close, but Enemy, on their terrorist side especially, was able to do some good things early on in that first half. Plus, the way they recovered in the first half, I mean, they were down way in a big fashion, but then they came back and won, those last 5 rounds in a row, got back in the game, made that a contest, really pushed Conquest to their limits to close out that game. So, great job from Enemy to at least make that competitive. But at the end of the day, it is Conquest who takes their map pick. We will now move on to Inferno, Enemy's pick, to see if they can at least tie up this series. Because remember, the way the system works is at least a tie gives you a point, right? And you're also limiting your opponent from getting 2 points. You're keeping them at a point. So, when the points get tabulated at the end of the season, if you can get enough ties, you can at least give yourself a chance. So it's still definitely worth it to try to see if you can't get this map.
Yeah, it's interesting how that works, actually, when I was following this as a spectator here, Dust, when you're looking at, it comes down to the wire with, well, all these ties that are happening, who's actually going to be the team that moves on to the LAN finals for Pro League. So quite interesting how that works out. But at the end of the day, 16-14 for EnemyGG against Conquest. It's really nothing to shun off. Actually, they played a very good game on a map that Conquest has chosen, where they actually struggled a lot on the first half, and suddenly on the T side, they were just able to put up some great rounds against them, just overtake these sides. But again, towards the end of that second half, it's just when they were just too predictable, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, especially over on the B side of the map, Enemy was really making things work over there. But towards the end, Naf and Dats really starting to hold that site much better. We also saw Conquest really kind of challenging mid, not giving it to Enemy for free. And that's where Enemy began to kind of struggle to get rounds at that point, when all of a sudden their B hits weren't working. They couldn't get mid control anymore. All these things that they had been relying upon to get rounds earlier in the half weren't available to them anymore. And so you could kind of just see them struggle to find something new that would work consistently to actually close out the game. And so Conquest makes the comeback there and closes it out. But now we're on to Inferno. Before we do that, we will take just a quick break. But stay tuned, folks, because we do have one last map for you tonight before we close things out.